So you know how we're both high rollers because we've been to the Edison?
Oh, you mean like getting these coins like right here? We've been a few
Absolutely.
times.
Absolutely.
Yes.
High roller coins.
Hmm.
Well, on my 50th birthday trip to the place with mice, Minnie and Mickey,
Hmm.
we went to the Edison, my wife and I. And on the menu, they have $125 old fashioned.
Oh, that's like the above the high roller.
Oh, oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's you get 18-year-old whistle pig, you get maple syrup, and I was thinking about it. I'm sitting there.
You didn't. You didn't.
There's a kind of adventure you only find when you're not in a hurry. This is Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure. Stories from the open road where routes are questionable, the stops are intentional, and leisure isn't a reward, it's the plan. If you're looking for speed, well, you're lost. But if you're looking for laid-back adventure, good stories, and even better company, welcome home.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure. My name is Adam. As usual, I am surrounded by wonderful people like my good friend and co-host, Mr. Michael Sharp. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Happy to be here again with you, sir.
Hopefully things are going well. Anything new and exciting in Kansas?
The weathers went back to spring,
What's
and
that
I
like?
still have my high roller coins.
Good.
I got that going for me.
That's good. I was going to ask you, what does spring like? Because in Michigan, believe it or not, we are at a frost warning as of May 6th again tonight to go below freezing.
Yeah, not a frost warning, but there like 3 weeks ago, we were hitting like high 80s, low 90s, and then this last 2 weeks, we've had severe storms, and like the temperatures have been in the 50s down into the 30s. It's like we were in summer, now we're back into spring. It's all over the place, and we're getting a lot of heavy rains. So yeah, you never know.
I am heading in a few days out that way into Central Time. Tell me, how close are you to Omaha? Omaha.
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
3 hours. And yes, and you mentioned that the other day, and I'm going to see if I can't. I mean, part of the problem is on Mother's Day is when you get there.
I know.
But I am going to see if maybe I take a 3-hour tour up there and go out and have dinner with you or something and hang out for a little while, and then I'll hop back in the car and 3 hours it back. I mean, I think you're worth 6 hours round trip time. I'll give you that.
All right. Hey, guess what I'm going out there for?
Let me guess. I got to think really hard. I'm feeling my psychic abilities are going to work here. You are going to a transportation convention or workshop. Look at that. I am psychic. Of course, those are the places you spend half of this year at, but lucky guess.
I actually am teased a lot by my staff. They call me part-timer, and they say, how many conferences can you go to in 1 year? I said, I don't know. Let's see.
Let's find out. But you're going to all the sunny spots. You were down in what, Mississippi or something? And
Mobile, Alabama.
You're going to be up in Omaha, Nebraska. Have you ever been to Omaha?
You know, this conversation came up this weekend with my family. And it turns out when I was a young tyke, my father was flying for Midway Airlines as a pilot.
Oh, yes.
And I got to travel. And now I don't remember it, but I understand that I got to travel with him to Omaha, Nebraska. Now, I'm sure I was more excited about the pool or the gift shop or something like that. But I don't remember. So it'll be like a new experience. I guess I've been there, but I just don't remember it. So
okay. So Yeah, I mean it's a great town. I lived in Omaha for a while when after I graduated college. So, and then I lived in Lincoln. I actually went to school, University of Nebraska at Lincoln, which is only basically 60 miles down the interstate. Interstate, what is it, 70? So, yeah, I spent a lot of time in Omaha.
You know, you mentioned something that this conference is on Mother's Day weekend, and it's crazy to me. So normally, you and I are packing up the bikes, which we're going to talk about a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we are getting all of our gear ready to go, and we head to Georgia. And this conference, CTAA, Community Transit Association of America, normally has a wonderful conference, and I usually miss it because I'm with all my friends in Georgia. But this year,
You're
not
welcome.
only, well, thank you very much, um, and thank you for your support. No, this year, before the demise of your employment, I had already agreed to go because you know how where I work with through the budget ahead of time because it wasn't going to affect our ride. Now we weren't going to Georgia. To be fair, we were going to go to Bran or back or whatever. But I said, okay, I'm going to go. And when I signed up, I don't know, just May 9th to May 14th, get a Delta flight. Let's do it. No idea what date was, the date. And then my coworker, Nikki, who you've met while at another
Yep.
conference in Kansas, she's like, I'm not going to that. That's Mother's Day weekend.
Well, yeah.
And I wanted to joke with her, and I'm like, you don't even like your mom. I'm just kidding. That's not true. But her son is getting married, and they have all kinds of wedding festivities going on. So she has decided not to join me on this one so close
Even
to her.
if they don't, who schedules a conference where people are flying in on Mother's Day? That's just horrible planning.
I'll tell you, the event planner must have saved like $1 on the rooms because nobody wants to go to a conference, on that week, Mother's Day weekend. So
Hey, we'll give you a free room for the whole week if you do your conference coming in on Mother's Day.
Exactly, because we need all these rooms sold. So yeah, that's why it's happening. But a lot of good breakout sessions I'm looking forward to, and some.
Well, it makes it harder for us to get together.
Yeah,
because Sunday you would be wide open. And if it was a normal Sunday, I could come up there. But, I don't
well,
I've got told, a mom. I have to do a little,
Well, you have a wife who's also a mother.
Yeah. And I got a mom. And,
exactly.
So
bring her on, Don. You just roll your old mom up there and...
Come on, Barb. We're going to Omaha. She'd be in. She'd be all right. Yeah.
Hey. Listen, I know this is a mostly listened to show and somewhat watched show, so it doesn't really do a lot for everybody, but I saw a photograph of your VIP mother enjoying a flight.
A flight of margaritas.
Yes, I saw this photograph. So,
yes, my wife shared that out on Facebook. Yeah, she was enjoying that flight of margaritas there.
So not only a subscriber to Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure as an official subscriber, but now a margarita flight enjoyer.
Yes. She was leisuring that afternoon.
I love it. It was a great
fit right in.
Well, so things over here back to normal, and besides my little trip, and then after that, man, I don't think I'm going anywhere for a while. I'm going to go through withdrawal, so can put up my TSA pre-check card in the hutch, and
that's right. So,
cool. All right, we've got some listener spotlight guesses. So why don't we get into that? Is that okay?
Absolutely. Lead on.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for listener spotlight.
That's right. Well, did you want me to give the clues and then you can give the guesses and we'll see where it's at. Okay. The clues that I provided are as follows. This started as a trading post in the mid 1800s. It is named after another town in the United States. The town takes balloons seriously. People who like baked goods should spend some time here. And it could be said that this town is electrifying. There you go.
Okay.
What did
So,
our listeners come up with this time? See if
all right.
last time everybody and their dog got it. So let's see what we got.
Milwaukee. Oh no, just kidding. Just teasing. Just teasing. Just teasing.
You're one episode late. Sorry.
Yes. Okay. So our good friend Matt, you have been known to call him Mark.
As good friends do.
Well, you know what? He's even signed a social media post. I mean, he
Matt / Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, he played right along, so we
I love it.
appreciate that. He is giving a 43% guess of Indianola, and we'll get into something else he said a little bit later. But so
That's Indianola, Iowa, right?
Iowa, I believe.
And he's now providing a percentage on his answers. I like this because, you know, they have that new Kashi website where you can gamble on anything.
Yeah.
I love that he's providing a percentage.
43%. So
well, that's not super confident, but you know, it's there.
Now, the one thing I will say about the 43% Indianola guess is you gave a hint that you thought this is a state that I had never been to. And you were even willing to say you think it's a city I've never been to, and possibly. And so when the Indianola, Iowa guess came through, I thought, wah, 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 because I've
You've
been
never
there.
been to Indianola that I know of.
No.
You've definitely been to Iowa a couple of times. I am still standing by this. I don't know it for a fact. I feel about 94% sure that you have not been to this state. Certainly have not been to this town.
Okay.
100% on the town, 94% on the state.
Okay. So, by the way, side note, and we're going to get back to the other guests. One of my favorite things about stats classes is you could mix the percentage or whatever you want. You could say like 42% of 10% of the people said. All right. Our other guest is from our weather aficionado, our good friend,
Oh, yes.
Jeff.
I call him Jeff.
Yep. That's very nice. That would be a good thing to call him. So he says, well, I couldn't let this one go by without a guess. Now, for those of you who don't know, Jeff is actually my employee, but also has become a friend. Don't get me wrong. And he saved our keisters in Iowa when he is
tornado.
with a tornado. Yes. And he is a balloonist. And when I say balloonist, I mean hot air.
Is that the guys that, hot air. I was like, is it the guys that sit there and make dogs out of balloons? Okay.
You know, I don't know. I could ask him if he does that too. But on a serious note, he's taught me so much about the envelope of a hot air balloon, a basket of a hot air balloon. We look at crashes sometimes together, and the difference between an incident and a crash on a hot air balloon. Lots of education, and so he was really enthralled with the idea that you mentioned. This city likes balloons. Now,
yes.
I wasn't sure if it was hot air balloons, not hot air balloons, latex balloons, weather balloons. But he had to let this one. He wanted to guess, so he said, "Well, I couldn't let this one go by without a guess. I'm not super happy with it. He doesn't like his guess, of course. Not your clues, but he doesn't like his guess. But he says, my guess is Portland, Oregon." And I feel like it would be somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. Now, I must tell you, and I must tell all the community, I have been to Portland, Oregon. I have seen Dave Matthews Band in Portland, Oregon. And I've taken public transportation in Portland, Oregon.
They're big on that out there, and I'm sorry, but not that I'm sorry that they're big on that. I'm sorry I had to take public transit, but I have known that you've been to Portland. So And it doesn't sound like he's 43% sure of his answer.
He's
giving me more of the, I might be like 19%.
He is definitely not given a full percentage. He doesn't even say he's happy with his own guess, which I appreciate his honesty.
But he guessed, and that's the important
Yes,
thing.
that's right. That's it.
All right. How do you think they've done?
I'm going to say with a 26th percentile, we have 0.0.
I'm going to say 40% of the time we are 100% correct. No. You are correct. Both good answers, but both incorrect. So, sorry, guys. Our listener spotlight for this episode is Palestine, Texas.
Wow. So I've been to Texas.
Okay. You've never been to Palestine, have you?
No, I don't think so. Unless is it near a large city?
Not particularly close.
Well, here's what I was going to stretch. I mean, really stretch. I've been to Austin. I've been to Dallas. I've been to.
I'm surprised I didn't realize you've never talked about being in Texas. So I was wrong
I went
there.
to a conference in Dallas this year.
Oh, did you? Oh, you did.
Yeah.
They all ran together. Oh, I'm going to another conference. Well, maybe it's close by Texas standards. You know, they're such a large state. It's like, well, yeah, that's just 300 miles that way. That's like right next door. No, Palestine, Texas was started as a trading post in 1846. It's named after another town in the U.S., Palestine, Illinois. The town takes balloons seriously because it is the home of the Columbia Scientific Balloon Facility, and that's a NASA facility that's named after the space shuttle Columbia. They launch high-altitude balloons for research. Like I said, it was named after the space shuttle, and I will say that this was one of the areas, not necessarily specifically the town, but one of the areas around the town and in that part of Texas that there was actually a lot of debris found from the space shuttle.
Yeah.
So people who like baked goods should spend some time here. They have the Ellenberger Bakery, which is the oldest continuously operated bakery in the state of Texas, and it's famous for shipping fruitcakes worldwide. So the next time you need fruitcakes, you think of Palestine, Texas, and you order yourself one. They also are the home to Oxbow Bakery, which has been celebrated in numerous magazines as having the best pies in Texas. So the next time I'm close to Palestine, I will be stopping in to try that pie because, you know, I love pie. And it could be said that this town is electrifying. Spring Street, also informally known as the Great White Way, was the first city in Texas to have electric streetlights.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So there you go. So thank you, listeners from Palestine, Texas. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you all, listeners and community listeners and watchers now. But we thank all those in Palestine, Texas, and Palestine, Illinois as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Palestine, because we do have listeners from there as well.
You know, I will tell you, we had a big conversation at work. Jeff said to me, Jeff, who made a guess, that there was some sort of balloon factory in Wyoming, and he thought maybe you were setting me up that we finally had got a listener from Wyoming. So.
No.
With
the Wyoming state still eludes us. I'm starting to think. I've been to Wyoming many times. Let me tell you, it's like driving across nowhere. Don't go there at night because it will literally scare you to death. Because if you're driving through Wyoming at night, you're just driving endlessly, and there is very few lights, if any. And if you're going to be abducted by aliens or kidnapped or whatever, it's going to happen there because literally you feel like you're at the end of the earth. It's a beautiful state, don't get me wrong, but I guess we can say whatever we want to about Wyoming because there's nobody listening from Wyoming.
That's right.
No, we've got listeners from Hawaii and Alaska. I mean, we've got listeners from literally, I counted up the other day, every country on this planet short of 29. There's only 29 countries that we have not gotten listeners from.
I should go to conferences in those areas and then download.
You should. All of these countries, all of these continents, and we can't get a single download from the state of Wyoming. I mean, we've got countries that I'm pretty good at knowing where things are at, but some of these countries, I did a deep dive the other day because I've got some time. Some of these countries I have never even heard of, and I'm pretty good with this kind of thing. I had to look some of them up. I'm like, what? Where the heck is that at? So, I mean, we're getting listeners from all over the place, but cannot get a listener from Wyoming. So I guess that's going to be our new state that we can just, say whatever we want to about, because who's going to say we're wrong?
So when I went to military school, hey, how long is the statute of limitations?
You're safe.
Okay.
Well, depending on what you did.
Fake ID.
Oh, you're safe. You're safe. Okay. You can
announce it. When I went to military school, we used Idaho. Now, remember, I went to school in Missouri.
Yeah, nobody knows what that looks like.
Exactly. That's why we did it. My buddy had a laser printer back in 1994, and we made fake IDs from Idaho. Until like 2 years later, we had somebody read an article. Remember AOL?
Yeah. I've still got their email.
I know. I really wasn't walking you down.
Yes.
Remember how you used to log on to the home screen? It had like MSN had like stories or whatever.
Yeah.
We saw this thing where these college kids got like $25,000 fines for these fake IDs, but so we never used them after that.
That's because they were selling them.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, they were selling them. You were just using them for your own personal consumption.
Yeah, and it worked like 3 times. Besides that, they really didn't work, and they kept handing them back to us. But anyways, we used Idaho as the state because no one ever heard of it.
Idaho, Rhode Island, use those states that no one's ever been. Apparently, you can use Wyoming.
Well, that's my point. Maybe Wyoming is the next fake ID.
Your fake ID didn't have the name Nick Papagiorgio on it, did it?
No, Mr. Papagiorgio, you have 4 cars waiting at you at that.
Mr. Papagiorgio, you're not wearing your glasses this evening.
Exactly.
I do not require them.
Yeah, exactly. That's
movie reference for anybody wondering.
We were going to do a movie show. We're still
doing it.
Yeah, okay.
I've got some great ideas. Well, actually, we're going to do a pop culture show.
I love it.
It's going to be fun. I'm putting it together. It'll be great. Anyway, moving on. So Wyoming is the new ghost state. That's great.
Okay, I've got a team member, and I got my notes real quick. There, I got a team member update. So our good friend Alex Bell, his voice was on the last show.
Yes.
Wrote us a wonderful email. You were included. I'm sure you saw it. Beautiful photograph of a man with a brag winning arch, and he's wearing a Cycling Men of Leisure jersey. And this is what he says. Adam and Michael just got back from Bragg Spring Tune-Up. We had over 1,100 riders. Now, I got to say, I saw some of the photographs. It wasn't a mud pit. The field was full of cars. It looked amazing. So
congratulations to the Bragg crew. They always do a good job there. I just want to say good job.
He said there were 1,100 riders for the 3-day event. The new domestic director, Ron Ward, did a great job. And I could tell Franklin was able to enjoy the event more than he had in the past. Though it's going to take a while for everyone to accept Ron as the go-to person for questions or requests. He says, I suggest that he have a shirt made up with Ron's face on it labeled, "Don't ask me, ask Ron."
If you see this man, he's in charge.
That's exactly. He said, my only complaint was not able. I
wasn't there.
Well, I was thinking that, but he said, my only complaint was not able to hook up with other Cycling Men of Leisure participants.
Okay.
I did run across a few, and when they saw my jersey, T-shirt, or hat, I did see a few scattered members, but would love to have gathered as a group for at least a photo or a beer or a bourbon. I have a suggestion to make Cycling Men of Leisure members and followers to join up, which is maybe some sort of communication app or something. He says, we usually know in advance your schedule, so you guys are easy to find with the Cycling Men of Leisure banner or flag. I also look for the debrim. Sorry, Michael, but it does make it easier to find Adam in a crowd. So, I mean, we have to give the man credit. Okay.
Wow.
This is the subscriber.
He's right 99% of the time.
Okay. Well, he was a dentist, so 99% is pretty good. So,
Yeah, I think we need to name him our official, unofficial dentist of the team.
Oh, absolutely.
He's retired now, but you know.
He says 3 local cycling groups I belong to use chat apps to connect, communicate, and share info. One group uses WhatsApp, another uses Team Reach. So, anyways, he's giving us some opinions here. WhatsApp is free too, so that might be great for people who are traveling. The rest of it is not really for public release, except for early birthday to Adam, and then obviously. I'm on the downslope now, which we'll get to an injury update here in a minute.
I've got good news.
Yes.
Not to worry, Alex. I have purchased 27 carrier pigeons that we will be using on Bragg for communication. I think it'll work.
Do we have to feed these pigeons until Bragg?
Well, they're homing pigeons. You got to feed them. You can't not feed them. It's a cost of doing business. I think it's going to work out well. So, no, seriously. Good point, because I know last year we had an app that we used. I'm actually looking into some apps and some possibilities, because it would be nice for you guys to be able to communicate. It would be nice for us to be able to communicate back to you guys. So we're putting something together. So we'll see. But thank you very much. Valid point. I think that's a great idea.
Staying in line with cycling, and this is kind of frustrating and sad and makes me mad. Alex also shared the story of maybe the gentleman with mental health issues who purposely drove into cyclists.
Oh, stop it. Let's not point this to mental health issues. The guy's got anger issues. Nothing to do with mental health. I'm quite sure. The guy just thinks he owns the road.
Well, I mean, I've been to Georgia, and I had a fence around me.
Oh, well, yeah, so did I. But no, really, I think this is just a case where the guy thinks that cars own the road, specifically his car. Although I did see sections of the highway, I didn't see his name on it, so maybe I missed that part. But I'll let you finish telling the story.
Well, you actually have the story, but it made me think about our fellow friends in Georgia. You know, and I was actually looking at the videos to see if there was anyone I actually knew or not, did not know. But nevertheless, it doesn't matter. I mean, there were some people who were hit on a bicycle, which is ridiculous because this guy drove into him on purpose. So
deliberately hit cyclist on purpose, and then kept going. And then after he's arrested, they show a picture of his mugshot, and he's got this smirk on his face, like he thinks he did something great or grand, or like this is something he's going to go talk to his buddies at the bar and go, guess what I did? Guess what, buddy? You ain't going to be hanging out at the bar for a long time. Now, I don't think anybody died, but people were injured.
Which is really just frustrating. I mean, the ride we don't speak about, that's what you and I were concerned about, but not purposely. We were just concerned in general about getting hit by a car. The fact that you're out in a group ride with your team, or maybe just a group of friends or whatever, and you don't think you're going to be purposely ran into by a car, by a nut job. So,
see, that's the problem. The people who look at it as cars have the right of way regardless. And this happens a lot of times too with motorcyclists as well. There's certain people out there who own cars that think cars have the right of way on the roads regardless. Pedestrians don't, motorcyclists don't, bicyclists don't. And they look at it as this is it, and I've heard this several times from, people yelling at us, get off the road, all this kind of stuff. And it's like, you know what? People who are using that road, whether you're on a car or otherwise, are paying taxes to upkeep that road. It's just as much their road as anything else. And then when people deliberately go, I mean, I cannot think of what's going through your mind when you actually do something like that. And it's like, you think it's, I guess when you get your mug shot, you're not like embarrassed or whatever. You got this smirk on your face, like, look what I did. It just really bothers me, as it should. But you know what? Those people in Georgia who are riding those bikes are paying their taxes and are maintaining that road and have, even if they're not paying taxes, they've got equal rights to use that road. So it just bugs me when people are like, well, bicyclists shouldn't be allowed on the road. It's not like they're on the interstate.
Jerry Wayne Ross, 72, faces charges for an alleged hit and run with his Honda Pilot, all caught on video on April 23rd in Cherokee County, Georgia. We've been to Cherokee County, Georgia.
We have been to Cherokee County, Georgia. Absolutely. We've ridden through it.
The North Georgia Cycling Association was on its weekly Thursday night ride when a driver was accused of driving up on a group in a suspected road rage incident. One rider, identified as Richard Collins, the leader of the group, told Fox 5 Atlanta that the black SUV tailed the group and laid down the horn. Just excessive, he told the outlet. Didn't let off the horn. The incident was caught on the camera, and the black Honda Pilot allegedly struck the cyclist after the driver honked at them. The group of cyclists who fell after the crash collided into the side of the SUV and fell onto the pavement. I turned to my left to see the moment the vehicle was on my left leg, Collins said. Collins said he sustained road rash on his shoulder, elbow, and knee, was treated by paramedics who were called. He later visited an orthopedic who discovered a fracture in his lower spine. Cherokee County Sheriff's officials arrested Ross at the neighbor's house nearby. Ross faces 6 charges, including hit and run, aggressive driving, and blah blah. Anyways, the story is everywhere. If you would like to, go on down a wormhole yourself and look at it. But just kind of wanted to give some bullet points. So, Alex, thank you for sharing that. I not only did, after you shared it, and then it was amazing. It was like on every news source that I could. Every time I clicked on the news, very frustrating, and our little community that people we may have even known who might have been there. I'm not sure.
Completely unnecessary.
Exactly.
This did not have to. And I've watched the video and all this kind of stuff. I mean, okay, I get you're innocent until proven guilty, but let me tell you, either you deliberately hit them or you just weren't paying attention and swerved over and hit them, whatever. It's just ridiculous.
One side note, and I don't sell anything. Well, I sell bus tokens, but I don't sell cameras for bicycles. But there is something to be mentioned here.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why they have this gentleman and the reason why they have this license plate is because the front of a bicycle, a cyclist, had a camera, and they were able to get this information. So, just food for thought. That's all I really want to say. So,
yeah, share the road. I mean, we're all humans. I'm sorry you had to wait an extra, 30 seconds to get to your neighbor's house to drink your beer or whatever. I mean, it's not worth it. And now you've got, thousands of dollars worth of court costs you're going to have to deal with, and probably will wind up, with some jail time. So not real cool. What are you in for? Oh, I hit a cyclist. Oh, hell.
I'm in for littering, and they all moved away from me on the bench there. And I said, "And creating a nuisance," and they all came.
All moved back. A little Alice's restaurant. That's right.
I said earlier that I was going to give an update on Matt gave some advice. So, when we record the show, I never know what people like and don't like.
We hate the Brams. Who said that? What?
Did you guys hear like a voice?
Wow, that was weird. Okay. Anyway, continue. I don't know where that came from.
I don't know. I heard some voice that said, "Michael will buy you another DeBram." No, all kidding aside, I want to be serious about this. I love feedback on the show. I love feedback. I mean, you and I, we love the show. We love what we do. We just talking to these, just like bro, brother, we're out there. Talks into a can. He'll pay you. So you and I talking to these microphones. We put a lot of time, energy, and effort in the show. But Matt gave some advice. Matt is telling me to lay my fingers off the soundboard, and I'd like to thank him.
Mark, thank you so much.
His name is Matt.
I know I did that on purpose.
Well, yes, Michael has told me many a time, stop playing with the buttons. So
don't play with them. You're like a little kid. Oh, what's this button do? Oh,
well,
look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you
so much, Matt.
I mean, thank you, Matt.
This is exactly what he's talking about.
Okay, that's
a little sound effects goes a long ways. Thank you for your feedback. Love to hear from anybody else. Your feedback about the show. If there's certain topics you'd like us to cover, cycling or leisure in general, we'd be happy to do that. You have questions, certainly send those in. I mean, there are some weeks when we struggle for content. So anything that you guys might want to chat about, we'd be happy to put it up there as long as it falls within our realm of sphere of influence, so to speak. So, cycling, bourbon and whiskey, anything leisurely, happy to chat about it. So let us know.
I received a birthday present from my mother, speaking of leisure and whiskey, that I would be remiss if I didn't tell you. You know how my mother always knocks it out of the park. So
I was about ready to say, I am going to be jealous of this because I know some of the gifts your mother has given you in the past, and she is all right. She's done well. So what did she give you this year? This
year, she gave me the Woodford double oaked. So
didn't last year she gave you like the Buffalo Trace Japanese?
The Japanese Blanton.
Yeah, or Blanton. That was it. It's like
red to cop.
Man, I'm the closest thing she's got to a second son. I'm just saying.
That's right.
Birthday's July 10th, by the way. Anyway, she does well. That's a good. I do not have a bottle of that in my bar, but that is a good pour. I have had a drink of that. I'm not drinking it now, but I have had a drink. It's very good, very good.
Interesting fact about that is, I'm not saying it was never for sale because it obviously was for sale in stores, but it used to be like just limited release at Woodford, and people would line up people would line up and wait for a specific release of bottles, and that was usually what would happen. Well, she said that she was able to get her hands on it, and I was like, I love it. So I'm pretty excited. I stand corrected. I'm pulling an Adam here where I go back to my bar, and actually I have a bottle here of the Woodford's double oaked. My mother did not buy this for me for my birthday. My wife did last year when we were at Buffalo Trace. Woodford, you mean? Or no, I'm sorry, Woodford. Yes, we were at Woodford. She bought this. Waiting for a special occasion to open it, but I have drank it. It's really good. So I do have a bottle of that. So very nice. Very nice. Last episode, we did a bunch of things about being 50, like Apple and the country and some movies and stuff. Oh. And you said, I said it only goes downhill from here. I mean, you hit 50, and after 50, it's like basically your extended warranty is gone, and then things start creeping in that didn't creep in before. So what do you got? I got an injury update. Oh, I didn't even know you had an injury. So go ahead. So about 4 or 5 months ago, you and I support each other through the Apple Health app. When we both go for a walk, and if anyone doesn't have an Apple product, you're probably better off, because I see that there's a $250 million lawsuit today that Apple lost. So, all kidding aside,
Just don't have their stock. You can have their product, just don't have their stock. So
Yeah, exactly. There is a feature with their Apple Watch, and if you go for a workout and you record it and you sign up with your peers or your friends or family members, it will basically send a text that said, "Hey, Michael went for a walk," or "Michael closed his goal,
closed his rings."
And so, about 4 months ago, I was walking and I got this weird feeling, and I wasn't 100% sure what it was.
He was being stalked.
And I wasn't sure if it was a tear. I wasn't sure if I had something in my shoe, and I kind of brushed it off. And getting to the point, fast forward 4 months, I'm like, I'm finally going to go to a doctor and figure out what the heck this is, because it was long. It was going on for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then it became a situation where I would get out of bed in the morning, and it was like neuropathy or numbness, and it would take me like 3 or 4 steps. And of course, I'm intelligent enough to go online to all these medical things where basically I was dying. So if you ever want to feel low about yourself, go to WebMD and say, I this is burning or itching.
My foot hurts.
Yeah.
And WebMD comes back and says you've got pancreatic cancer and
exactly.
a broken clavicle.
100% right. Because that's exactly, I'm like, man, now I'm nervous. Am I going to lose my foot? I mean, I'm going to have it amputated? What's going on? So anyways, I said, I'm going to go to the doctor. So we went on our trip. We walked 47 miles for real. I like to
not
keep
in one day.
No.
The course of the trip.
Over the course of the trip.
Okay.
Yeah. Some days we do like 10 miles or whatever. And I love, and when we go to the amusement parks, Lauren and I love to be active and walk.
You can easily get 10 miles. Yes,
absolutely. So we come back and I go to the doctor, and he said, we're gonna take some x-rays of this foot. And I'm like, all right. And so I said, I'll tell my foot to smile. And the nurse had a great sense of humor, and we go in there and he says, well, good news. You don't need surgery. I said, well, that's great. And he said, the bad news is, yeah, it's not great. The bad news
is dying.
You got plantar fasciitis. He said, in a pretty severe case. And I said, oh, and he goes, and you have 3 bone spurs. And I'm like, okay. And I said, so are we just going to
get some ointment?
Yeah, we're going to get out a chisel, and we're going to take on the bone spurs. We're going to get out some sandpaper. And so, no, now you teased me when I said I was having my 50th birthday. And I usually like to set you up for a good ribbing, because if there's something I'm willing to take as harassment from you, I find it very funny that on April 21st you said it's all downhill from here, and then April 28th I'm buying orthotics.
Hey, I wasn't lying, man. I was not lying. But the good news is you're not dying.
No.
I mean, more than anybody else at this point. But yeah, things start happening. But
so then this is, and I'll get to the point here. That's my right foot. Okay. The plantar fasciitis, right foot. And the guy says, well, while you're here, let me check out your left foot. Now, because of cycling and because of, walking.
Let's not blame cycling.
Okay, no, I won't blame. On my walking.
Let's put the blame where the blame goes. It's not cycling.
Well, I will blame it on my walking every day then.
Okay.
I have developed a callus on the bottom of my foot. Now,
you know why that is? Which foot is it?
My left foot.
And you're right-handed, right?
I am.
You know why?
Mm-mm.
You carry your Starbucks Venti in your right hand when you walk, and that's causing a callus on your left foot. See?
Oh, God. You were being
Hey. Matt/Mark doesn't like that, so cut it out.
I think
Michael.
I think he likes the censor button though. But so all kidding aside, because this is even more funnier. He said, I think we should cut that off. And he said, I'll tell you why. He said
Your foot?
No, the callus.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
He says the callus He says, I really think we should shave that down and we should work on that. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, maybe the guy's a quack, or maybe.
Don't Sandra.
So now I'm like, or maybe I really need to. So I was hoping he'd leave the room so I could pull out like Claude or ChatGPT and be like,
Double
should I
check
let
this.
this nut job cut on me? And so he didn't leave the room, and he said no. And he opened up a razor out of a plastic sterile bag. Probably just put it in there before I got in there, and then just kidding, of course. But sorry if anyone is in the podiatry. But and he's scraping on it, and he's telling me about how dangerous that calluses on the bottom of your feet can be, because your skin can actually grow over the callus. And there have been people who literally have had serious foot problems, such as amputation and whatever, because they don't take care of it. So I'm like, okay, go ahead. And he's scraping, and all of a sudden he says, okay, he said, I think I'm right where I am. And then he got to a certain point, and he put some, like, I don't know, acid or something in there. And so then he tapes it up, and he says, you're going to be fine for today, but it's going to blister. Okay, now, here's what I want you to picture. Plantar fasciitis on my right foot.
You don't want to know what I got pictured, but anyway, go ahead.
And then a blister on the bottom of my left foot right at the ball of my heel. So I'm walking around the house like a crippled man. And so I'm holding on to this stuff. And I thought, Michael has no idea when he said it's all downhill from here, how fast he was. So
wouldn't lie to you, brother. Wouldn't lie to you. Because in my image, I see this doctor, and he's got like an assistant named Igor, and yikes.
So
I would say run, but at this point in time, he's got your foot half amputated off, so you ain't going anywhere. You might want to get second opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Well, this happened the week I got back from Florida, and I kind of was holding out so we do the recording for the laughter in real time. So, but I'm happy to announce that my left foot is almost back to normal, whatever normal is these days. I can actually walk around the house, because I was kind of like walking on the front of my toes and stuff around the house, like looking like a special man. But and then my orthotics came in already, and by golly, I gotta tell you, it's purposely made to put the arch of my foot, and it's making a huge difference. So we're getting there, but the plantar fasciitis is definitely not something that's healable in a week. I have to do things like I have a frozen water bottle on the ground, roll my foot on it, do some stretches, but I'm on the right path. But I just thought, how funny was it that you said, I'm like, oh yeah, and then here I was. So
and then boom, he said it. Now I'm going downhill.
Anyways.
Wow. Boy.
Fan mail. Don't forget, if you would like to leave us a voicemail, you can with fan mail. Fan mail is on every episode. That means you'd like to have your voice on the show. We would be honored to spotlight you in our.
You can leave fan mail and say, please don't put this on the show. You can put the content, but don't put my voice in the show if you'd prefer not to.
Perfect. I love it.
Do we have enough time to do another little segment?
We do. Don't let me forget about my old fashioned story.
Yeah, I need to hear about that. But if we've got time, I wanted to insert something here.
I would love for you to do it.
There's like a little sign saying insert something here. You know, we have not been packing for a trip because, for obvious reasons, I'm unemployable at this point in time. And, well, Adam is falling apart and couldn't probably ride a bicycle. But so normally at this point in time, we would be packing for events, and we were planning on going to an event in May, which obviously, or in April, which didn't happen. But I thought it might be important to remind people some of our packing tips, because generally we get into it. So I thought we would remind people of some things they might want to think about if we've got new listeners, which I know we've got a few who maybe haven't done week-long trips, and maybe this is their first year they're getting into a week-long bike ride, or just seasoned professionals. Because I know you and I a lot of times will be talking offline, and it'll be like, hey, do you remember that? And I'll be like, how can I forget that? And I'll be like, man, I pack that every time. And for some reason, I almost forgot it this time. So a couple things I wanted to bring up. You and me, we've often talked about derailleur hangers. Every bicycle and every brand of bicycle has a derailleur hanger. It's the thing that holds your chain there at the bottom. Those are very specific to brands and in some cases very specific to models. And we have talked about it in past episodes where you and I have been. The one that comes to mind the most, I know it's happened a couple times, but the one that comes to mind the most is we were in Storm Lake, Iowa, camping, and we are getting texts, like Facebook text, or we're getting Facebook messages, I guess it was, from another person who was on the ride that we didn't know, and they were just sending out a general message looking for a particular derailleur hanger. They had been to every single one of the bike shops, and if you've been to Ragbri, you know there's like, I don't know, 12, 15 different bicycle trailers that are following. They'd been to all of them, couldn't find it. And I don't really think there's a bicycle shop in Storm Lake, Iowa. But they were having a very difficult time finding a derailleur hanger that had snapped off to replace the one they had. And that's at Ragbri. We've been on Bragg several times. Aztec does a fantastic job. Him and his crew do a fantastic job, have helped us out a couple of times and keep that ride moving. And there was even one time where we went past their shop. There is no way, even at his shop, he's got derailleur hangers for every single make and model of bicycles out there. So make sure you invest, or I would say make sure you invest in a derailleur hanger for your particular bike. You may never need it, but they're like $25 to $35. It's a cheap investment. Throw it in your thing, because if you go on these rides and you do snap your derailleur hanger, that could end your ride right off the get-go. And Storm Lake was early. They did manage to find one, if I remember correctly, at like a bicycle shop in some other town. But it's going to save you a lot of headache if you just have one carried there, because then if you snap it off, you can just take it to the bicycle guy and say, I need this fixed. And he's going to go, I don't have that. And you go, that's okay. I brought my own. Save you a ton of time, headache, and may save your ride. So that's one. The other thing I would suggest bringing is take a medicine bottle and put some detergent in there, because you may have kits and clothes for every single day, but you never know what's going to happen. And you may have a kit that you had to change a tire or got grease all over it or something happened. It's always handy to have that, because I know you and I have actually washed out jerseys a couple of times. I don't know what for, maybe someone's like, oh, let's wear this jersey, and we'd already wore it. Have that. That gives you a chance to go to the old shower trailer and wash out jerseys or anything like that. If you get grease in them, you can take the grease out, things of that nature. Air tags. You're a big fan of the air tags, and you got me going on this. Everybody's always worried about their bicycles. You and I both air tag our bicycles so we can track them. The other thing that we do is we also throw air tags in all of our bags, which 2 brags ago, I had a bag that had an air tag in that did not get put in the regular area with the other bags. And I was like, oh, crap. And you were like, here, let me show you. And we actually found it like, I don't know, half a block away with 2 other bags. Somehow it had gotten set there that I would have maybe found it, but it would have taken me a long time to find it without that air tag.
It's just the stress as well. I mean, if you have 3 bags and you find 2 of them and you're trying to set your camp up and you're waiting that third bag could have your, sleeping stuff,
have your tent in it for
your tent, exactly. So, I love air tags, tile. If you're not an Apple fan, Samsung has their own tiles and everything else. I mean, they're becoming more prevalent. So
you love it, because several years ago when we first did Bragg, everybody was on the bus. It's like, well, I wonder where our gear is. And you're like, you being the tech guru you are, you pulled it up. It's like, well, actually our bicycles passed us like 30 minutes ago and our bags are already, at our final destination, because you had everything air tagged. It was really funny. The other thing I'm going to say is power packs. Have some kind of battery. We use, what's the brand that we use? Do you know? Zero?
Come on, man. They're Sherpas.
Goal Zero.
Yeah, they are gold zeros, but they're called Sherpas.
Well, no, that one big one is called the Sherpa.
Yeah.
The little ones are goal zero.
I apologize. Yeah. My apology. Yeah.
Yeah, funny guy. We use goal zeros. They come in different sizes, but they're small enough. We each charge one. We have it in our thing. We can charge we have a multi-cord that we put in the back of our jersey every day. We can charge our phones. We can charge our bike computers. We can charge our radar, bicycle radars, our lights, all that kind of stuff. And at night, we can charge things to it. Just even though nowadays everybody has power banks and things, like your chargers and stuff, but this just makes it easier. Not very big. Slap it in your jersey. You can power everything. So those are just some things that I always remind people of. Make sure you've got some way of doing that. The final thing I'll do, and we've talked about this before, is check out your cycling shorts. They break down. Should be replacing those every couple of years. So you might want to look at the cycle shorts and say, hey, maybe it's time to replace those cycle shorts. So I just wanted to bring that up because that's generally stuff that we bring up when we're talking about packing, but we really haven't talked about packing. So there we go.
The ride that we don't talk about, please remember those Goal Zero batteries saved our keister.
They did, because we were in situations where we needed the radar because we were on some roads that were very unsafe. And it was 165-mile day. Mm-hmm. And honestly, your bicycle radar, especially when it's being used a lot, when you're on busy highways and things like that, we ran out. And that was before I had one. So we were only using one radar. And yeah, the power pack gave us the opportunity to charge that up so that we had a radar. Could have saved our lives. I mean, we were in some pretty hairy situations. So that's why we don't talk about it.
It probably did save our lives. So, well, I appreciate what I got here is I'm going to move this to the next episode. Don't worry. If you are a regular subscriber, you'll get it next. Or you don't have to be a subscriber. If you just listen, you'll get it next time. But we have a new goal of trying to have a certain timeline. So I think I'm going to finish the old fashioned story. And if you don't mind to give us another listener spotlight after that.
Yep. Let's do it, because I don't think you're going to spend the money on that thing.
Okay. Well, so you're right. I'm just kidding. I actually sat and debated it for quite a while. And I first had a fire in Vermont.
Great drink.
Yes.
High roller drink.
Yes.
They light the fire. They light the bar on fire. It's awesome.
Yes. So we were sitting directly above the stage. The ring around on the upper level, and so the stage was right. If I fell through the floor like a trap door, I would land right on the stage.
Was the band playing?
There was a band playing. Yes.
The house band is awesime.
I love
that. Yeah.
Very much so. And they did the fire at my little table, tableside fire.
Did they do it well, though? Because depending on the person, it could be good. We've had really good ones and we've had really bad ones. The bar is awesome.
Yeah.
The tableside, it can go either way.
This time I'll give it a 43% of the fire. So
your table was on fire. We'll leave it at that.
So this is a cocktail, by the way, that has absinthe in it, and then they burn the absinthe, and then they pour the cocktail, which is a rye whiskey, into the martini glass, and so it's like a Manhattan, but you get that wonderful flavor of the, I don't want to use the word burnt, but heated up on fire absinthe with like a black licorice kind of with the cocktail.
And they use Whistle Pig, and that's why the Vermont connection is in there, because Whistle Pig is made in Vermont.
Correct.
Yes. Okay.
So I first had one of those, and then my wife said, just do it. And I said, it's $125. This is the last night of our trip. And she's like, this is your 50th birthday.
Your wife is even promoting this. This is beautiful.
I'm like, she's like, you might as well. Hey, this is it. And so I said, all right, I'm doing it. But do you remember the last time we were there, the guy told us that drink was on sale in January?
I do, yes.
So I said to the guy, my server, I said, the last time I was here, it was on sale. He said, yeah, that was a promotion. He said, unfortunately, in January and February, sales are lower. And so there is a promotion where it's a little bit off. And he looked at me and he said, I think it's like $10 difference. And I said, let's do it. Let's do it. Bring it.
So did you get the promotion price?
I did not. I did not.
Oh, okay. I was going to be a little disappointed. So you spent $125 and got the ultimate high roller drink.
Yes.
Called
the Gilded
Old Fashioned.
Yes, I did. Okay. So I want to tell you about this presentation. It was like a very small charcuterie board. And on this charcuterie board was a glass that I presume had 18-year-old whistle pig in it.
Maybe 8. We don't know.
A very crafted, nice, clear crafted cube.
Mm-hmm.
It came with maple syrup, but I'm talking like I could tell this was not. Remember how you were talking about the cheese and the guy and the story, how you went back?
So it was like real. You could tell it was real maple syrup. It wasn't just flavored.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then there was bacon, and then what they did was they took the maple syrup and they I'm putting my hand out like people can see it. For those of you watching, it's like they took the maple syrup and they kind of drizzled it onto the bacon, and then they got a torch out, and they
love fire there.
Oh, they do love fire. I think they just have. I think they're all pyro.
Light it on fire.
So, anyways, he took the torch and he lit the maple syrup that was on top of the bacon, and he kind of sizzled it and charred it, and then put that right into the cocktail. And then they left I'm gonna guess maybe a 1 ounce to 2 ounce pour of the higher end maple syrup. And he said, I recommend trying the cocktail as it is, and then flavor to your profile of mixing in a little bit of the maple syrup into the cocktail.
Okay,
kind of
sure.
like,
yeah.
And all that to be said is, yes, I can now, I got 2 coins for the high roller.
As you should.
Exactly. Came with 2 coins. For those of you wondering, 4 coins gets you, yes, Michael's holding them up there, but
if you can see,
4 coins gets you a free cocktail, except the Gilded Old Fashioned. But on the high roller chart, it's kind of one of their promotions, so it's pretty cool. But would I do it again? No.
It's an every 50-year experience, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, this is funny because when we were there when we're in Florida, especially when we do our guys' golf trip, we go to the Edison. I'm going to say probably at least once a day.
Mm-hmm.
No shame in that because they've got good appetizers and they've got great drinks, and their staff is always super awesome.
And we're now getting to the age of happy hour, so it's cheap.
But we debated that on getting that last time, and I didn't have a job, so I was like, okay, I probably shouldn't be spending this kind of money on this. But I'm partly kind of sad that I didn't get to experience that with you, but I'm very happy for you that your wife talked you into it and that you did do it, and you've experienced it now. And maybe next. I think we've got another trip scheduled, guys, golfing trip, don't we, in January? Because that's generally when we go.
We do.
Hopefully the weather won't be freezing like it is every other time, because this every other time would mean we should be warm based upon our past. I'm going to have a job by then. I'm going to experience the Gilded Old Fashioned just to say I've done it.
Oh.
But until then. So I'm glad you got to experience it, and you can report back that I think you're paying more for the experience than anything else, because the sad thing is you're drinking 18-year-old Whistle Pig, which is probably a fantastic pour, which we need to check out one of these days, just the actual strain. But I think you're paying for that, but that's obviously hidden in the bacon and the syrup.
Yeah.
But the presentation, you're paying for a lot of that too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I mean, and then as we were walking back to the hotel, my wife said, well, was it worth it? And I said, no, but that's okay. And,
but everybody's looking at you. You're like the superstar in the bar at that point. You're like the man, because everybody's looking at you. People are I guarantee people are like, what is that drink he's got? And it's like, that's a Gilded Old Fashioned. And of course, there's guys going, oh, I'm going to want one of those. Let's take a look at what's in it. And then they see the $125 and they're like, oh, let's just enjoy watching him drink his. So,
at the risk of Matt getting mad at me, ladies and gentlemen, the man upstairs is having himself a Gilded Old Fashioned. I'm just kidding.
so
Matt. I love you,
your
brother.
$125 gives you the, hello, look at me. I'm spending $125 on a cocktail. So
Yeah.
there's that too.
And then you had asked, I told you about it, and then you had asked me when I was there, was it worth it? I said, I think next time I'll just get 4 of the Fire in Vermont. So
Fire in Vermonts are hard to beat.
oh, that's
They
a great
really,
cocktail.
really are.
It really is.
And you still get the same effect because everybody's like staring at you going, whoa, what are these guys drinking? The bar's on fire. And I love to just go in there and say, when they ask you, the bartender says, what do you want? It's like, light up the fire, light up the bar, light it up.
The first
know what I'm
time
talking
that
about.
I got to do that with you, and then we'll move on to the listener spotlight here. The waitress, server, bartender, she said, Fire in Vermont? And like she questioned you for a second.
She did.
And I thought, why would you question the customer? And then, but that's not what she was questioning. She was confirming that she was about to get to play with fire. And she cleared.
She was very excited about this.
She cleared an area. There's like a copper trough, probably like a 6-inch trough.
Oh yeah.
That's 6
The
inch
back of the bar.
depth towards the bartender, and it goes like 30 feet. And she lit the whole trough on fire.
Let me tell you, especially, the younger ones that haven't been there as long, love it when you order that drink because it's like, all right, this is my chance. This is I just made the big show. I get to light the bar on fire. Yeah, she was jazzed about it when I ordered that drink.
It was pretty exciting. Well, anyways, I figured I would tell you about that. I think that's,
I love it.
I mean, unless they're on promotion in January, then we might be able to talk about it again. But with that being said, let's
Promotion or not, I have a job. I'm getting one. Boom.
I love it.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to say that it's now time for Listener Spotlight.
All right. I've got a good one.
Yes, sir.
And I will be very surprised if anybody gets this one because I am not giving any easy ones here.
Okay.
You'll work for this one if you get it. All right. The present-day town is located on a series of settlements that date back several thousand years. The town may have its own dark web. That's a good one. This community doesn't know much about socks, but has a long history with shoes and boots. If you ask to see a doctor in this town, the residents may ask, who? This town has seen its share of destruction, wars, plagues, and fires. And there you go.
I'm not even going to insult you with St. Louis. So
Thank you, because you're right. That would be insulting. Wars, plagues, and fires. They don't know jack about socks. Dark web. There you go. That'll add some intrigue. Good luck with that one. Now watch, everybody will be like 15 people will go, oh, it's this town.
Where was Charlotte's Web filmed? The dark web.
I will give you another hint. This has absolutely nothing to do with the childhood story of Charlotte's Web.
Okay.
This is dealing with the dark web.
Like
This town may have its own dark web.
Bum, bum, bum.
See, I got my own sound effects. I don't need a button. So there we go.
I know.
So if you think you know what that is, send in your answer, email us, text us, send it in through the listener feedback. and we'll see if you're right.
The dark web.
Now, see, this is exactly what
I know.
Mark/Matt talks about.
I can't help it. I am addicted. It's like a teenager with a cell phone.
No, you're like a little kid with candy. Don't eat that. What? As he's shoving it in his mouth. I apologize to our listening audience. We're going to get him help one of these days. Anyway, your background is looking great. And I think it's time for us to wrap up the show. But I did want to say it's looking good. I can't wait to see the rest of the bottles get back up on your thing for anybody watching us on YouTube or Apple Podcast or wherever you may be watching us from, if you're watching. If you're not watching, why not? You might as well watch us. We're far more amusing in person. I didn't say attractive. I said amusing than just listening to us. So,
Apple 26.4 or higher on Apple Podcasts. You can watch us for free.
Wow. We are cheap. Thank you.
That's right.
But you're still a high roller, so keep
That's right, buddy. You should see my coin collection of high rollers. So, always good to be with you, my friend. Always good we're getting close. We are getting close to the 100 show, buddy. We're getting close.
Oh, we're like only a couple away.
Yes, sir.
We're going to do something big. We got to do something big for the 100th show. Because most podcasters don't get to the 100 show. At least most podcasters on our level don't get to the 100 show. They get to I think statistically they get to show number 6.
And they're like, yeah, okay, this is fun, but not real fun.
So we've succeeded. I think we're show number 98. We're only a couple shows away. We're going to figure out something really good to do. And our next show, we've got some really good stuff. We're going to talk about a recent experience that I had. I did something in the cycling world that I had never done before. I experienced something in the cycling world. It's really cool, and it has to do with kids getting into cycling. That's
cool.
all I'm going to say.
That's cool. Especially since one of the things that we always talk about is the lack of younger generation in cycling. So I'll be excited to hear that, buddy.
I have found something where their kids are definitely getting into cycling, and it was a lot of fun, a great experience. And I'm going to have a report for everybody on that on our next episode.
I love it. I will have something for our next show that I held back from this one. And so definitely excited about that. So as always,
you're not even going to give us a teaser.
Well, you just have to going to listen to the next show.
Okay, fair enough. That was the tease. Got it.
Well, and most of our people are repeat listeners. Once you hear this one, okay, that's enough.
No.
Buddy, always good to be with you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And somewhere, somehow, not here because it's a frost advisory, but somewhere it is definitely a great day, for a bike
ride.
Thank you for riding along with Road Adventures of Cycling Men of Leisure. However you travel, find the leisure your way. See you next time.